How's it going today, buddy?
Good, you?
Not too bad. Keeping up with any wrestling?
Just on the TikToks. Definitely a lot of the storyline loops, but I do enjoy what I see.
That's good. Who's your favorite wrestler right now?
Oh, I would say that's a good question.
I try to have the barn burners right off the bat.
Yeah, as far as you can't go wrong with John Cena. I know his heel run right now is going on, but I appreciate John Cena. He's been hated on for a lot of years, and he's done a lot of good. He's been carrying the sport for a long time.
Oh, he's got broad shoulders for that reason.
He does. He's entertaining. Not as much as a bad guy, but I like me the Super Cena.
I got you, buddy. I'll go ahead and hit. Whoops. There we go.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
John Cena, I was always one, because he was, I don't want to phrase this. He was really big when I was a big TNA fan. And so it was always just the cool thing to hate on him.
Right.
And that's interesting. You already got me thinking over here.
Yeah, I was going to close that Bishop in right away.
To heck with the dark squared Bishop. He doesn't need to do anything. But so it was always just a cool thing to hate on the babyface, and especially me growing up as a NWO and to Generation X Attitude Era baby. It was just kind of natural to not like him. Check.
Right.
But personally, I feel like TNA growing up out of the ashes of WCW was very needed for the sport at the time, because the stuff that the WWF was coming up with in that late 2005, 2006, it just wasn't very good, in my opinion. Did you watch much TNA?
No, not really. I haven't been in spurts in wrestling. As a kid, I loved it a lot. Hulk Hogan was my guy. Kind of like my fatherhood figure growing up, I would say.
Oh, really?
Even kind of like my dad.
Really?
And so...
You say you look like your dad?
Yeah, a baldish skull in the back, mustache.
You wear a bandana, too?
Oh, yeah, I wear a bandana, too. I watched a lot. Some of my favorite memories, like old VHS tapes with my dad's weekends. And me and my brother, we get pizza, we watch wrestling.
Those the old Coliseum home videos that you get?
Oh, yeah.
By Hastings?
Oh, yeah, sure. That was a lot of fun.
Actually,
but no, and then like for a while, older, and then once the Attitude Era going, then like that's pretty fun again. Watched that through college and stopped for a long while. It was like when I was older, my daughters gave me an old SummerSlam DVD for Father's Day.
Oh, wow.
And so I started watching again and got back into it. And it was pretty hardcore into it for a few years with my daughter, Chloe. Mm-hmm. And once COVID happened, kind of watching again. But now...
It was kind of hard to watch during COVID, especially when they stopped having the live audience.
Right.
It was really rough to watch. And I didn't really watch it at that time either, just because there were more important things going on. Castle, I can see what you're doing here. So you mentioned your daughter. Tell us a little bit more about your family. Are you married? How many kids do you have?
I got 3 kids, divorced, engaged right now. So I have
Congratulations.
Thank you. I have a 21-year-old daughter, Anna, who's going to be a teacher. And then I have a year-old daughter, just graduated, going to be planning to become a teacher. You go with UNK as well as my older daughter. And then I have a 10-year-old son.
Very nice. Congratulations on the engagement.
Oh, thank you. And my fiance, she has 5 kids, 5 boys. So
she's just a regular Brady Bunch.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, looking for a softball team.
Traveling one, of course.
Yeah.
I think we'll go ahead and resolve the tension here in the center.
How many games of chess do you play a week, would you say?
I think it kind of varies on kind of chess we're playing. So like games, I usually have between 10 to 30 daily games going. Some of those I take pretty seriously, and other ones I don't. I do a lot of experimenting with daily chess, because you can try different things, and if you lose, it's not a huge... I mean, chess really isn't that big a deal anyway. But as far as like in Blitz, I play 3 Blitz games a week, and I try to play at least 10-minute rapid game every other day at work. So who is on your Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling?
I would say Hulk Hogan, number 1 on there. And the hard too, because childhood hero. You learn more about him. His behind the scenes stuff in wrestling, dirtbag. Was the racist stuff afterwards, and the best person probably. But as far as impact on the sport, and I think was my childhood goes, that one.
Yeah.
The worst things that ever happened to me as a Hulk Hogan fan. Do you remember when Earthquake broke ribs?
Yeah.
All right. So thing where if you write Hulk Hogan a letter, they said he'd write back to you. And my brother wrote a letter. I'm like, dude, he's not gonna write back. And so I'm dude, don't do that stupid. And he didn't even like Hulk Hogan. He was an Ultimate Warrior fan. And sure enough, dude, not too long, man, he gets an autographed picture of Hulk Hogan. And I was mad. I learned a life lesson, about that.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta believe. Let's see. That's good. You forfeit. Nope. Okay, so anyway, back to your question. All right, so Hogan, that was easy. All right. I think it should be on there. But then all right, so yeah, Flair possibility, Stone Cold, The Rock. All right, Stone Cold, definitely the Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm.
I put him. I think having this conversation before you mentioned like the Undertaker. I think Taker's got to be on there. Taker's he is WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And his stuff done. And like he's scared that he's a kid too. When he first came and he beat Hogan, man, I was terrified.
Funny story about the Undertaker is when he first came out. This has been the early 90s. I don't remember exactly what year it was, but my mom, shout out to moms out there that make their kids as Halloween costumes. But I actually remember dressing up like the Undertaker one year for Halloween. And I had this long black trench coat and the purple gloves. Remember the purple gloves? He kind of changed his colors every once in a while in the opening or in the beginning. I had the purple gloves and I had the black hat with a purple ribbon around it. And it was totally legit. And that was one of my favorite memories as a kid, was being the Undertaker for Halloween one year.
I like that.
I think Undertaker is probably my favorite wrestler of all time. I know when we had talked before, I'd said it was AJ Styles, but man, Undertaker is just everything about that presentation that he had was just, and I want to know how he shot lightning out of his hands.
Right?
But he's got that new podcast out. He will never reveal that secret on how he shoots lightnings out of his hand.
Man, that was a good move.
Well, thank you. I try.
So you go back to the multiple games you play a day, so that's good.
So the daily games I have, I treat them more like tactics training because when I come back to the game, I don't really remember what I was doing. It's easy to forget.
Bust a hole in your defense right there.
Go with that. I don't really like that knight being there, though.
Yeah.
So outside of professional wrestling and chess, obviously. Well, actually, no, let's talk about your chess club you have. So you run a pretty successful chess club here at the scholastic level at one of the local middle schools here. Tell me, what got you involved in bringing chess to the kids?
Well, let me play touch roll.
Oh, no, we're not playing USCF.
All right, that'd be good. All right,
he's a casual game.
He's a goner. All right, let's go. All right, well, let's see. I don't have to break this card. Well, so I guess so chess. You play with my dad growing up, and he used to just beat me all the time. And you love chess. It's a lot of fun. Battle chess was pretty great. The first time we got that, the computers at our school,
that's the old computer.
The pieces beat each other up and kill each other. That was a lot of fun. But then, so I ended off and on. Never was very good at it. And as a teacher in Hastings, I wanted to start a chess club there. And the librarian had a bunch of chess sets, super supportive. I had one of my first years there. So I started doing a chess club in the library with her. And then I taught world history, and you can't teach world history without talking Middle Ages, right? And so that was just a great thing to learn and play. And just chess is a metaphor. It's just so cool and so fascinating. I just absolutely love it. So that kind of got me started there. And then when I went to Kearney, we started bringing chess as well, and just kids playing. And the big thing is just like, I love it as a metaphor for life and for so many different things. But what I like best about it is just the relationships you can do with people playing, talking, get to know people.
Yes.
So it's like playing chess got me introduced to you, which is really cool. You got to meet cool people in life. And I'm not good at chess, obviously, but I do like it. It's fun. I wish I was great at chess, but it's one of those things I'll never be great. You can be better, right? But I'll always be better. And that's the thing. It's fun. I love it. And I like to learn about it, but it's also humbling too. You will know. You said there's 10-year-olds that are playing that are grandmasters and beating tying grandmasters. And
I don't know if you heard about there's a 3-year-old that has a FIDE rating of 1500, which is incredible. I don't know if it's incredible or not. I guess in my mind it's pretty crazy, but a kid being that good at 3 years old, I guess it's not unheard of. That's just wild. It really is wild.
That is wild.
So what are the passions you have outside of chess and professional wrestling? What kind of stuff do you like doing when you have free time?
I love fishing a lot. I would fish all the time if I could. I don't get to fish very much, though. I love nerding out and gratitude. And that sounds pretty stupid, but I love...
It doesn't sound... But
right,
elaborate.
Does that sound like nerdy? But dude, I love gratitude, being grateful. I love trying to be a better person and learning to be better. So whether it be... I like to read. But one of the things is getting people, as I'm a school counselor now, so getting people to appreciate the things they do have and get, show appreciation for other people is something that's pretty important to me. And I think, man.
No, I can totally get where you're coming from with the gratitude thing, because I told some of our special guests when they come out that Nebraska chess has been really good to us. We're pretty much the new kid on the block when it comes to chess in the state.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of support that we've gotten from the stronger players from Omaha and Lincoln, and the amount of support that we're getting from them even spending their time to come out and help us, being special guests, doing simuls, National Master Nate Solon coming out and doing that Master Lecture series to just help us build what we're building out here. But mainly just spending their time and coming out and helping us just build what we're going to do. And then it's never lost on me the amount of support that people have been helping us with. And so I've been telling all of them when they come out how grateful that they are spending time helping us build something. And gratitude's pretty huge for me too, man. It really is.
Speaking of gratitude, one of the best things I ever did as a teacher was we do these things called student appreciation, and was when I started getting into gratitude. And the idea is like every week I would pick a student randomly, and then I would give everybody a note card, and then everybody writes like I give them a sentence there. So Eric, I appreciate that. And they would fill out things they appreciate about Eric, and then I would take all those note cards and I compile them to like. My biggest life lesson is things that you think are bad often end up the best things in life, and things you think are good end up sometimes being the worst things in life. So you just never know. And that kind of way to look at things, a way to look at life is even the bad stuff, pretty good chance you'll be grateful for it at one point in time. So I just think of my years of experience and honing my lens in life through gratitude and service is I've really come to realize every bad thing that's ever happened in my life has helped me at some point in time. Either helped me directly or helped me help somebody else. And so I think that's my biggest life lesson is to be grateful, even the bad stuff.
Yep.
Which is hard. That's how you're really grateful, though, to be grateful for the bad stuff.
When bad things happen and yet you're still content is huge. And my last one for you is, what is one goal, non-chess related goal, that you'd like to accomplish in the next 5 years?
I would say probably my daughter has always told me I need to start a TikTok account. It would be pretty good. And
would you guys do TikTok trends, or would you do something more specific than that?
Well, I think it'll have everything more counseling related to, but in a fun, quirky way. So I think something at trends types of things that'd be entertaining to middle school kids would be something like that. So I would say, you know what, that's something I've thought about a lot. But so I would say along that line. And the other thing would be storytelling. I like to tell stories, and this is the power of stories, connecting people and to teach stuff. And so I guess one goal of mine too, besides that, would be one thing that'd be really important to me would be to tell a story at a convention of some sort. You ever heard of the Moth? What that is?
No.
So the Moth is this big storytelling kind of competition. It's out east. And
does that stand for something?
No, I don't think so. There's a podcast called The Moth, and it's like these little bugs that fly around the nighttime, right? And I don't really know where it comes from exactly, but they have like a theme, and then people go to this, and they put their name in the hat if they want to tell a story, and they draw certain names. So then if you get picked, you get to tell a story. And they have like competitions. They have some storytelling. I think they have some competitions close, or some of them I would like to tell a story at some type of competition. Not necessarily to win, but just to do it in a setting like that. It'd be, I think, pretty cool.
You have a story in mind that you can tell?
Well, as a counselor, I have this thing called Story Time with Mr. Howard.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tell little stories about my life. And the thing about what makes a good story is it's like, they're all about me being idiots and learning life lessons from making mistakes. And nobody wants to hear a story about where you're the good guy, the hero, everything goes your way. I mean, those are boring. But it's all about me being stupid and me making mistakes and me learning and and being humble through these experiences. So there is so many to choose from that aspect of it. But I will say there was one story that pops in my mind right now was from when I was a little kid playing baseball. And to make a really short story out of this, 2 years in a row, I was the last out. And have you ever been the last out in baseball?
I've never played baseball.
Well, it's horrible because you feel like you let everybody down and then you can't do anything about it until the next year. And there was 2 years in a row, I was the last out. And it's embarrassing. You feel like crap about yourself. And so we're baseball again, and this is year 3, and it's towards the end of the game. And I'm doing the math in my head, and it's like, dude, praying this guy in front of me gets out, Brad, and he didn't get out. And sure enough, I'm up to bat, and there's 2 outs, and we're going to lose. I'm going to be out again. I'm going to lose. and everybody's gonna hate me again. And I was like, this is not gonna happen. And all of a sudden, a little miracle happened, and this gnat landed in my eye. And it was in and out. I could see fine, but my eye. And the coach's like, what? I can't see. This bug flew in my eye. And he's like, what? And so he's over there looking. The coaches around me. Everybody's looking around my eye. It's like, I don't see it. No, it's in there. I can't see. And he's like, oh, coach, I don't know what we do. And the umpire's like, yes, can the next guy just go up? That's fine. And so I went out, and the next guy went up to bat, and then he got out. And I was so happy that I didn't make the last out. And I was pretty proud of myself. And then a few days later, I'm watching Star Trek: The Next Generation at my grandpa's house, and my grandpa throws a newspaper at me. He's like, hey, did you read the newspaper? What? No. He's like, look at it. And on the front page of the Kimball Observer is a picture of me with my eye open, my coaches all around, all these kids. And it talks about the caption about Roan Howard has dust in his eye or something like that. Anyway, so my lying cowardiceness is not only for me, it's immortalized in this paper. And so I wish I would have tried to hit the ball. And worst case scenario, maybe I would have been the hero. But no, I was a coward, and I lied. And it was forever in front page news. Exactly.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and kids got a kick out of that story too.
That's a pretty good story. You're all proud of yourself. I got out of this, and then yeah,
and then nobody believes me, and so I show them the picture on the front page paper. Oh,
please tell me you still have that clipping somewhere.
Oh, I do, 100%.
All right, Mr. Howard. Well, thank you so much for coming, man. That was a fun conversation.
That was
fun.
It
was. I'll have to have another one again sometime, man.
100%.
It's good times.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Me too. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for watching. If you found this content helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who loves chess. Your support helps grow the Central Nebraska Chess Club and bring chess to more students and families in our community. If you'd like to support us, you can make a donation through our Kearney Area Community Foundation Fund. The link is in the description. Every share, like, and donation helps build a stronger chess community. Thank you.